I also have seen in the church people that have been overcome with fear, and I
Yes.
kind of go, okay, what are you missing? And because it's exactly what you're talking about. It's that sense. And now it's interesting. This is one of David's psalms. Is that correct?
Oh, interesting question.
Okay.
Scholars argue it's either David or Moses.
Okay.
Either way it works.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you're right, because the interesting
Yeah.
thing about it is both of them,
Hmm.
as we hold them up as great men of God, and yes, they love God, they serve God. They did experience fear.
Oh, yes,
So
they
it's
did.
not so much that fear won't come. It's what do you do when it comes, I think. Is that what I'm seeing in this Psalm 91?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, we are human. God made us human. And there are days we do this better, Randy. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
and the good news is when the sun comes up, you remember when we were a kid and we'd play hide and seek or whatever, we would say, okay, let's have a do-over, you know, and you start over again. Well, every morning what's beautiful about the grace and mercy of God is that every morning we get to have a do-over,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and maybe today we'll do this better.
Yeah.
And well, it's like the word shalom. We know the general meaning of it, you know, peace, filling the void in our heart. And in fact, one level of shalom is making payment. That's when Jesus appeared in the midst. He said, peace be unto you, shalom aleichem. He says, all that hole in your heart, that fear that you have, I have filled that. But the overarching meaning of shalom is that you as a believer is unified with God
Hmm.
and with others. And when you have that peace, that relationship with God, you have that peace. Okay, let's go back to Isaiah 41 again, which is a direct connection to Psalm 91. I love this story. I love Peter. I have a strange mind, Randy. Remember, Peter cut the guy's ear off. Okay, now things make me smile. It's like, that there had to be a moment where Mr. Soldier went home to Mrs. Soldier, and she said, "How was your day?" And
Right.
it came off. But okay, you remember Peter? He's in the boat. The Lord told him, "Get in the boat, go to the other side." He went up to the mountain and prayed. And this is often forgotten. Jesus told them, Yeshua told them, go into the boat knowing that a storm, a trial, a test would come. And so they got in the boat, and you know the story, and all the guys are hiding behind the boat, looking up, and it's a ghost. It's a spirit of death. Peter gets out of the boat. He walks on the water. Now you've heard 1,000 sermons on this. And seemingly always the emphasis is, "O ye of little faith." It's kind of a shame-based sermon at that point.
Right. Right. Yeah, I
And
grew up
it's
Baptist.
like,
I get it.
oh, yeah, you grew up at, yes, indeed. And but the Greek, the nuance there is not that. All of us that have kids, you tell your kid, don't stick the thing in the socket, you're going to get hurt. And what do they stick their, the paper clip or whatever in the socket? And then as a parent or a grandparent, you just shake your head and say, "No, I told you." Yeah, that hurt, didn't it? Okay. Peter gets out of the boat. He sinks, rightfully so. I would sink too, because the waves would freak me out. And here we have now Jesus reaching out his hand, pulling Peter up on the water. And now he's now standing once again on the water. Now, it's not recorded for us. I would have loved to have had it recorded for us, but there had to have been a conversation between he and Peter and the Lord. And what is not heard in the sermon is that Peter walked back on the water to get back into the boat. You know what I'm saying? But only to have heard and to have listened to what Jesus said to him. But it goes back to, you're in the shadow of his wings. Under his wings, you are safe. You're in his presence. I will take you by the hand. I will walk with you. Don't be afraid. I will help you.
Yeah.
This is Psalm 91.
Yeah. Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, I love it. And